Hey, thanks so much, everyone. Jean-Claude Beyond Mystic, I missed his interview today. That was my fault, in case his community is wondering. Voice is not up to par, guys. I can't do more than 10 minutes. But always on the mend, getting better, getting a bit more appetite, I guess. Listen, this is yesterday's sun on September 7th, 2021. There's so much activity going on. Now, you all know that I'm not going to stop doing UFO videos. You all know that. I also got some captures in the sky last night, too. But I don't want to miss this, what's going on. Look at the incredible view of the sun yesterday. This was at 4:30 p.m. And today, on September 7th, 2021, I filmed it at 2 p.m. And that's what we're going to see right after we see this part. I fast forwarded it a little faster than how I showed it over on the members side and stuff, but it's because it never stops. I have more footage today that I want you all to see. This is with the negative filter, so it's a straight up negative image. Same thing like in the olden days, no difference. And of course, negative of the sun. And there's an adjustment all the time that I do with the exposure. Like here, it's a polarized filter we're using, but I'm using the polarized filter and I'm descending the exposure because it still is not that easy to see these sunspots. Well, like this, it sure is. So now we're going to go to today, September 7th. I just want you to see and hear straight up raw footage, and I'll be right back to see how windy it is and how not easy it is to film this sometimes. So when you play the sun image, and on those days it's very windy, well, you have to slow it down like this to get an idea. Even these natural shots, I think it's pretty cool. No? Like, I mean, that's the sun. This is our life now. This is our lives, right? What's going on the sun is drastically affecting the entire solar system. And the fun part is that I have the freedom to be able to believe and share that. It doesn't change anything in your lives. You shouldn't be flipping out to some of you people that have, I don't know, there's certain things that people don't want to be said about plasma. It's like there's little plasma goblins here and there. Very funny. Different topics that I reach and touch. I get all the people and trolls from that subject. So, for example, I'm getting the sun trolls now. So, as we're analyzing the field lines, look it up. You want to see what NASA and other scientists show about sunspots today. This is the exact image you're going to see. It's going to be probably a little further away. I love getting in, and that's the only thing that's affecting everybody, I guess, because I like getting in really close. And when you do, well, you see a lot of things happen. Over to, excuse me, over to infrared right now, and we're going to see straight up yesterday some captures from last night. I had time to get out between the rain storms.
Where are you going? Gonna meet up with there, yeah. Oh, that one was waving. I saw it changing directions. Can I flash at it? Get bright? You gonna disappear? Bye. The hell is that big plane? That's huge. Never seen a big one like that.
So I analyze every night what I capture here in the sky. And of course I see planes going by, even though it's rare. There's nothing going over directly my house. I have to reach out a little bit with the infrared and camera to see outwards. But the characteristics of the plane, like, listen, I've always told you I've never seen a UFO flash aside Jeremy Corbell's UFO Navy video. But first time that I see these three round circles, which are just basically 3 bright lights on this object. And now this plane is huge. Again, I always tell you exact size. This is all the way zoomed out. It's still very big, bigger than the regular planes, the small planes around here. But here's the thing. This object is not making any noise, and you could hear it straight up on this audio. There's nothing. So Jupiter, the stars, the moons around Jupiter are moving over, so you don't see those bumps on each side of Jupiter anymore, and you can see the other 2 are on the right, and they're going to turn around and spiral back. Jupiter and all the other planets are what I believe are being affected by the sun, and a couple of great mentions in the community from you all while we look at this amazing flash a couple hours ago last night. Are mentioning to me could be other objects in the solar system. Yes, I mean, I appreciate everything that you all bring, the suggestions and everything. You're a very smart bunch, and everybody knows, I think, exactly what we are looking at. So, what's this? A beautiful object that's coming into the atmosphere or just crossing by. It's traversing. Il traverse. It's going across me. And we just see one precise flash that was so bright, looked just like a plane flash, but we're seeing it flashing, and once it got directly over top of me, the object started flashing. So we're going to see it here in conversion as it goes by, which is pretty cool. We're going to see this, especially this flash right here. We're talking about characteristics. I always do this. There, beep. That's one bleep. Literally, like, you could even say, wow, it almost looked like a plane for like 1 split second. But the problem is the other flashes are uneven, of course. You know, some say it's hard to differentiate the planes from the UFOs. It really isn't. And I understand those who don't have cameras. But that's the thing. You need a camera. If you have a UFO channel, there's nothing wrong with not having a camera and talking about UFOs and sharing other people's things. But get your own camera and go see for yourself. What they're telling you sometimes is not always true, no matter where you're looking. Somebody asked me, when is Betelgeuse going to supernova for us? A spectacular scene, right? Even though they say it's many thousands of years away. Check this out. Here is an object in deep space, very deep space, what I believe, or far enough out. Massive explosion. And I'll slow it down a couple of times. I'm watching a UFO come in to the frame on the bottom, and I was following it, and in the far ground you will see sort of 2 flashes. Not sort of, you can see it properly. 1, 2. There's even 3 if you slow it down even more, and it's something very, very far out, which would have made quite a large amount of light towards us, and that we were picking it up. This, the UFO the UFO that is over my house, it's raw. There's no tampering with this, no zooming up, and I was not zoomed up. This is straight up infrared, a Z1 camera, okay? Outside, this object, first time in my life, and it's not a common video that anyone else has shown. This light came down to the house, 15, 20 feet over the house. The video will end the raw footage here. So you've seen the way I presented it. I brought the exposure down. I've not tampered with this beautiful capture and video, but I get rid of the fuzz in it to see more detail. So the worst that happens is you lose a little detail. That's going behind my garage right now that you can see, and then lifts back up, becomes a sphere, and takes off at regular speed. So now we are, see, the voice is already going. So really bad that I missed Jean-Claude's Beyond Mystics 03's interview, but there'll be more. That doesn't matter. It's there'll be many more. UFO coming in to the atmosphere on the east side of the moon, and then a second light coming in to the atmosphere on the moon. It's amazing, lighting up the sky in the background. This is definitely part of my research that was hidden. This is my 6th year now, my friends, that this research is being hidden, because I started showing some of these, a lot of these on the surface of the moon, different types of lights and captures on the surface. Are they living there? Are they working there? matter, cause disclosure's coming soon. Disclosure's coming soon.